Hey, it's Clay, and this will be a video chart on ticker symbol JNUG. We will take a look at the 30-minute time frame. Real quick, what do I mean by 30-minute in case maybe you're new to charts? Instead of each one of these candlesticks here representing 1 day's worth of price action, which is what you would normally see, each one represents 30 minutes. So all this here may look like a few weeks worth of time. It's actually just the past 2 days broken down into 30-minute time slices. I like through this time frame. I think it's a good job of telling the quote-unquote story of the price, and then makes mapping out levels of support and resistance a bit easier to see. A pretty interesting chart going into next week. And just to set up a little bit of context here, obviously, or maybe not obviously, but the price earlier in the week made a very, very nice bounce, and now things are starting to pull back a little bit. So this brings up the question, and I'm not trying to say this is some sort of great discovery on my part. A lot of people are wondering this, but is this pullback a healthy one, or is this thing kind of the beginning of the end, where this thing's about to roll back over and go back down to the 650 range, where everything all started as far as the bounce is concerned? And I'm not sure, but that's where a couple of these levels definitely come into play. And really a very important level of support next week is going to be the $6.80 mark for essentially that reason. Because let's kind of look at a couple different scenarios. Let's say that the price comes down to 680 and then breaks down through it and then just continues to the downside. At that point in time, that would literally be putting the price right back inside of this area where it was before, the big bounce happened. And not to insult your intelligence, but price movements that go back to where they started, that's not exactly a sign of strength or anything like that. Like I said, I'm assuming I insult your intelligence, but that is what 680 is representing, in that situation, going, the price, quote unquote, going back to where it was. Now, what about the other side of the situation? Let's say the price, it still does come down to 680, but in this situation, is able to behave in that manner before starting to work its way back upwards. Now, what would you have in this situation? Well, you'd have a set of lows here. You'd have these lows down here. If you picture each one of these as stair steps, then from the overall chart perspective, the price is still making progress in the upwards direction. And that's what truly strong moves do. They're going to make progress forward. So 680 is kind of almost like a vocabulary definer in the sense of, well, is the price, quote unquote, going back to where it was, aka bearishness, or is the price, quote unquote, making progress, which would be associated with bullishness. So definitely 680, very important level going into next week. If the price just decides to kind of turn back around and head back up, as far as overall levels of resistance are concerned, keep an eye on that pink line right there, the 200 period simple moving average. So interesting setup, but yeah, keep an eye on $6.80. One of the biggest questions I get is, hey Clay, how do you find the stocks that you trade? So what I've done is put together a free resource guide where I talk about the tools that I use to locate stocks that I find interesting and think may have potential. So if that sounds like something that could add value to you as a trader, then click on the image that is up on the screen right now and I will email you the guide. The guide itself is very short and to the point, and best part, it's completely free. Thanks for watching the video. Let me know if you have any questions.